Oh, delicioso, maximoso.
All right, right on. That's a very great success.
Hey, listen, I could get converted to this. Walk me through cashew-based vegan cheese.
Welcome back to another episode of Trying Vegan with Mario. Today I'm going to be having Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank join me in the kitchen. One of the world's top investors, top entrepreneurs, somebody who's inspired me to want to pursue my own endeavors, start my own business. I'm going to be teaching him a cashew ricotta recipe. We're going to see if he likes vegan cheese. He's going to put on his chef's hat and show you guys an incredible recipe for a Greek Mediterranean salad. He sent me some delicious wines. I'm going to teach you guys a couple of tips about how you can cook with wine to elevate your cooking. Let's get started on this delicious, wonderful gravy. Number one, you are going to need one medium onion. Now we're dicing it. And now we're gonna seesaw onions into the pan. Put the heat on medium. Cremini mushrooms, 10 of them. Take off one side, and then you have a flat surface, that's the key. Seesaw right through them, chop them up, get them into a very small size. Stir your onions a little bit. Now you might have noticed I didn't put any oil into this pan. I've been trying to eat less oil, eat less fat, so I actually cook with water. So we're just gonna add a teaspoon here, a teaspoon there, just to keep our ingredients from sticking from the bottom. Now our mushrooms, turn up the heat, medium high. A little more water to help them soften. A little bit of salt, pink Himalayan salt. 3 cloves of garlic. Seesaw. Minced garlic into the pan. Next step, I got some cashews right here. I got 1/2 cup of cashews that have been soaking in water overnight. You could see the difference. They become super soft. You can almost, just squeeze right through them. We're gonna take these and we're gonna remove the water and then we're gonna throw these in our blender and make a creaminess to add to this gravy. So we got our 1/2 cup of soaked cashews into the blender, and then we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of new water into the blender. Perfect. We're gonna set this aside for a second. We're just gonna keep stirring these and keep letting these cook. In the meantime, pour yourself a nice glass. Delicious. So this is a Cabernet, so this is gonna have sweet citrus that we want, that's gonna break through the creaminess of this cashew. So that's one of the keys, is finding a wine that's full of flavor. Oh, that's good stuff. All right, and we're gonna drizzle a little bit in here. About, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 tablespoons. Drizzle it in there. Turn up the heat a little bit. And one of the keys to cooking with wine is that you want to cook all of the alcohol out of it, just be left with the flavor and be left with the citrus to it. So we're gonna let this cook down for about like 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, a little for me, a little bit more for the gravy. We're gonna add this cashew cream sauce that I had going earlier. Oh. Now we don't want it to thicken too much, so I'm gonna keep gradually adding water. Again, you're constantly adding water to keep it from sticking to the bottom. You're constantly adjusting the heat, no big deal. I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce to our sauce, darken it up a little bit, and then we're gonna brighten it with a little bit of lemon. Let it all flow through. I have some thyme right here. You just take it and you pull it off. Perfect. A few more sprigs. I'm adding about 3 sprigs in here. Our gravy is finito. And I'm gonna add a portobello mushroom to this dish, so we're gonna put our gravy on top. Plop that off the bottom, put it down. We're gonna add a little bit of water to let it keep cooking. And we're gonna cook this portobello mushroom on both sides for about 2 minutes. After about 2 minutes, take your portobello, flip it upside down, and we're gonna add a little bit of soy sauce on top. Move it around, let it soak up the juices. Let that go for about 2 more minutes. have our delicious, juicy, umami portobello mushroom right here. And next up, we got Mr. Wonderful in the house. I'm gonna be streaming with him. I'm gonna teach him my delicious ricotta cheese recipe. We're gonna keep it plant-based, we're gonna keep it healthy, and when we come back, we're gonna have Mr. Wonderful teaching me one of his recipes. Stay tuned. So, Chef Wonderful, can you tell me a little bit about what are some investments in the food industry you might be looking forward to in 2021? What are some things that excite you in the food and beverage space moving forward?
There's a massive trend going on in investing in the food industry around sustainability, around quality, around reducing sodium and reducing sugar and eating better, and even a move towards vegan and vegetarian. All of these trends are just escalating like crazy. So what I'm looking for in food companies now is, what are you doing for me to help me stay healthy? Because we're trying to fight obesity in America. I'm looking for really great ideas that taste good, that are healthy options. That's what I care about.
I couldn't be happier that you just said that. I think that this is a great segue into what we're cooking today. So I've seen you have a fond love for Mediterranean food, and I saw you did a Greek salad recipe. So I wanted to create something that could be a veganized version of the cheese, the feta, the ricotta, but we're gonna make it plant-based, and we're gonna add in some nuts and some super secret ingredients. So do you have all your ingredients in front of you for this cashew cheese sauce?
I'm ready for action here. Walk me through cashew-based vegan cheese.
First, let's talk about these cashews really quick.
Right
awesome.
here.
Toss those into your blender. These are that fatty, creamy base, because plant-based cheese, we need to figure out ways to add in some good fats to this. So we're gonna have the fats, but then we're gonna add in some zest as well. That's why we got lemon on here. So while he's pouring that in, I'm gonna walk through the ingredients. We got cashews, nutritional yeast, salt, water, garlic powder, and lemon. Now, the next thing that's going into the blender is you got your nutritional yeast.
Let me just move this Emmy out of the way while we're cooking, okay?
Oh, no big deal.
Is this also another award? Yeah, I'll get rid of these right now. Hold on.
Have you ever worked with nutritional yeast before?
I have not, so this is a first time for me.
Really? Well, I am honored to be the first one introducing you to this stuff, because you might become addicted to it. You're gonna add 2 tablespoons, 7 grams of protein. It's gonna be the cheesy flakiness for this recipe.
And I've got some great O'Leary fine wines, so I'm going to start by pouring a little Cabernet Sauvignon. What do you got over there?
I got the same thing as you.
I just want to tell you, Mario, I've won 5 awards on this puppy. 5.
Tasty. You sent me some wine. I'm not a wine expert. Can you give me like a little bit of advice as a wine beginner into perhaps selecting a wine or what to look for? Tell me about the wines you got going on.
Well, I have all kinds. Let me just grab a few of my O'Leary vintages. I have been in the wine business, and I learned from my father, who taught me when I was a teenager in Switzerland, where he lives now, about winemaking. And I started my own wine company about 10 years ago. So I make all kinds of varietals, and that became my mission. You do not have to spend a lot of money on a great wine. You can get great wines for under $20. Start there. The 2 classics, if you're just getting into wine, start with the red Cabernet Sauvignon. We grow those in California and Washington State. Spicy, exciting, delicious, you can't go wrong. And a Chardonnay, which is the white wine. And today the Chardonnays are world-class, winning awards all around the world because California and Washington State make fantastic Chardonnay grapes. Try those 2. Spend up to $20 and start there. You will be amazed at how much you fall in love with those wines.
This is amazing. I am just gushing over this wine. I want you to add in a little bit of garlic powder.
Yep.
A pinch of salt.
Got it.
All right, you got it. Cool, and then we're gonna do a slice of lemon. This kind of gives it like that zestiness. You know how some like cheddars, they have like a bite to them? Grab off a little, half your lemon and juice it in there.
In goes the lemon juice. I love lemon. It is a base to all things Mediterranean. No question about that.
And then the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add some water. 2/3 of a cup. Now we're gonna turn this on and watch it make some magic. So you're gonna wanna start it slow, but then maybe increase the speed. And we're gonna let it like really whip and start to cream.
Got it, okay.
Boom, blender's on.